Hi, I'm Shelby. Welcome to Tour Stop, and on today's show, we've got some exciting things for you. Uliana from MeTalkPretty inspires us to want to make a difference.
Not going to change the world, but maybe just starting with a little piece of it. So.
We get health tips from Rachel Platten.
You know how good it is for you?
I taste the celery.
Like, this is so, it alkalizes your body.
And we win prizes with BD Freeman.
You win an old stuffed bear. Whatever I had, you know, I just give it away.
Hey guys, we've got a new season of Tour Stop for you, filled with great bands, although Ryan got to interview all the bands, so while he's talking to them, I'm going to be talking to you. First up, we have Uliana from MeTalkPretty, who's hanging out with Ryan at the Sweet Frosting Blissful Bake Shop. Whew, that was a mouthful, just like they had a mouthful of cupcakes.
Hey everybody, Ryan here with Uliana from MeTalkPretty. We are here at Sweet Frosting's Blissful Bake Shop, Spokane, Washington. It's a new place. We're gonna have a little cupcake decorating competition. I don't think anyone's gonna eat mine by the time I'm done with it, but we'll see. We've got the band here to you know, make the ultimate call as to who's better, and I think I already know the answer. But anyway.
No, they're actually very fair, so.
Okay, oh, unbiased jury back here? All right. Okay, well,
interesting.
Thank you very much for taking the time to come do this with us.
Thank you for having me. I love cupcakes, so.
Yeah, good. All right, yeah, see, this is where the bar has been set, so hopefully we can kind of come somewhat close to that.
Get creative.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
So I guess we can get started, and then I'll just kind of ask you some questions while you're distracted doing this. And see how it goes. It's called the Wake Up Tour, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Tell me a little bit about what that means and where that kind of comes from.
The Wake Up tour, we entitled the tour that way because our single, it's called Wake Up, and it's written in memory of a person I loved very much, the person who brought me to United States, the person who wanted me to have a bright future, chances, and opportunities. Right. And that's my mother. And she's no longer with us, but she'll always be in my heart.
You've also included, you're bringing a piano along with you, and you're having fans and people put their handprints on that?
Yes, so I'm actually very glad you asked me about that, because here's what happened. You know, a lot of people are having a very hard time, you know, finding healthcare. And healthcare is not something that's very accessible to a lot of people. And so my mom was one of those people who didn't have access to healthcare. Now, when she passed away, she was obviously the victim of a pneumonia, which is unacceptable in our times. It's a very treatable disease. It's something that everybody should be able to, you know, catch on time and, you know, take care of it. And so we are raising awareness at this point because we have an avenue to speak. Our first headline run, I don't want it to be just a simple, you know, show to show in every city. We do stand for a lot of things because we have been going through a lot of things. And so we came up with the idea. Actually, Leon also brought this idea to the table to have this piano that we play an acoustic song every night. And in every city, we have a person who's going to put their handprint on a piano. They're going to sign it and date it. And then at the end of the tour, we're going to auction it off and donate the money to a charity who's going to save lives.
That's great. That's a really cool idea.
That's what the Wake Up Tour hopefully is going to bring a little hope. We're not going to change the world, but maybe just starting with a little piece of it. So.
You moved to the United States. Your mother remarried, and is that what first brought you over, correct?
Yes, I lost my dad when I was really young, and my mom remarried to an American citizen, an excellent, you know, great stepfather, very loving and very supportive. And so my mom brought me over, and here I am making cupcakes.
Yeah, that's right. How would you describe that transition? Your childhood coming over here, like it's a lot of big change, a lot of obstacles to overcome. How would you kind of describe that, the transition, making it over here, and just going through that?
Well, I had a very difficult time when I first came because I didn't quite speak the language, and communication is always the key in every kind of relationship, no matter what you going from grocery shopping to making friends.
Right.
So my first year and a half, it was all just learning. I had to break myself down and put myself back to be able to function and understand where I'm at and the world that I'm in. And it is a very different world than where I'm coming from. Mm-hmm. So obviously much more, developed. And America is quite one of those countries where everybody where I'm from wants to live here. So I'm the hero of the town.
Like I expected, you won.
I think you were just nice when...
I think this is my favorite one that I did.
Okay, because you can get a pink heart and then things change so much more when you have a heart.
Perfect, see? There we go. So I think now's the time for us all just to pig out on some sugary goodness. And thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is great. It's really nice to meet you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Best of luck on the rest of the tour. And I totally back everything you guys are about 100%. That's really great.
I'm just gonna go ahead and point out how terrible Ryan's decorating skills are and how bad Uliana tore him up in her decorating skills. I'm sorry, Ryan, but your cupcakes look like big fat turds. So I should have probably been there.
I think it's really easy to give in to that side, especially when you're writing or performing or making art. It's easy to be influenced from and access art from a painful place because it naturally evokes emotion and it evokes strong feelings.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man.
Look, honey, the neighbors just bought a big screen TV.
Hey, I just got a bonus at work. Maybe we should get one too.
Hold on there.
Savings Man.
Using your bonus to secure your future by paying down debt or saving is a better way to go.
Well, I declare you're right, Savings Man.
Stay ahead by choosing to save. And don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses.
But their name is Johnson.
For more tips and tools, visit choosetosave.org today.
En letsmove.gov aprenderás pasos simples para prevenir la obesidad infantil y ayudarlos a alcanzar un índice de masa corporal saludable. Visita letsmove.gov hoy mismo.
Welcome back, I'm Shelby McKinnon, and next up we've got Rachel Platten, who's making a buzz in the music industry and gets a little buzzed off wheatgrass shots with Ryan.
Folds the pages down, she needs the most.
So Rachel, thanks for coming down and hanging out at the Fusion Juice Bar here.
You're very welcome.
I've never been here before. I've never had a wheatgrass shot before, so I'm glad that you convinced me to go for it. Oh, I'm gonna love it. I've heard I've heard mixed things about it, but I know it's good for you at least. So that trumps it all.
This is amazing.
Good.
Yeah.
Really? You're not even just saying that?
I'm not just saying it. You want to taste it?
All right. I'm not. Here, I'll go from this. No, I'm not sitting. Oh, and I got some on the nose. It took a while to get down to it.
It's pretty good, right?
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. You know how good it is for you?
I taste the celery a lot.
Like, this is so, it alkalizes your body. So your body's naturally acidic, and like with all the processed foods we eat, and this is an alkalizing drink, like fresh greens and kale especially, and anything that's raw, especially green stuff, is alkalizes it, so it balances your body back to neutral. It's a 7.0.
I should do that whole juice fast thing.
Yeah.
I've never done one of those before. See,
I've done them before. It's great. It's fine. You find you have so much energy after a couple days.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. I've never heard of that. Now, are you a vegan too, right? Or
I'm not.
vegetarian?
I mean, I try to eat that way, but it's really hard on the road.
Yeah,
So
that's what I've heard people like talking about having to do the Subway diet the whole way, or like.
we don't. We're on a bus this time, and we're doing a pretty good job of shopping.
Oh, good. Keep it cool and like
And we go to Whole Foods and get a bunch of groceries, so we're doing a good job.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm a kind of vegetarian. Like I don't.
Oh really? You don't eat too much meat.
Not too much. I tried, and when I had it was like some fish and egg, but
I eat eggs and fish too still.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, I've never heard the terms uplifting and positive used so many times to describe a person as I have heard you those words describing you, and it definitely seems that that's accurate.
Thank you.
Both you and your music. And you mentioned that what kind of helps keep you in that positive state of mind is your pursuit of your dream.
Yeah.
And you're able to kind of push aside the darkness. How are you able to maintain that?
I mean, it's a great question. I think it's really easy to give in to that side, especially when you're writing or performing or making art. It's easy to be influenced from and access art from a painful place because it naturally evokes emotion and it evokes strong feelings. And it's harder to find truth and honesty and like depth in joy. It's people don't do it that much because it comes across as maybe like cliche or But my goal is to find that place and express it in a way that is not bubbling on the surface, but is
connecting and deeply rooted, but still from a positive place.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, to maintain it, I do a lot of work on it. I meditate and I do yoga, and I hang around people that lift me up, like my drummer, and I've been really lucky that the people I'm surrounded with.
That makes a big difference.
It really does. Are wonderful, like uplifting people themselves. So there's really good energy on this tour, and I think every tour I've been on with, whether it was Matt Hires or Bess Rogers, or they're just such good people, and we feed off of it. So
yeah, absolutely. All right, so the theme song for Jane by Design, that's all you?
Yeah, me and a couple friends in Brooklyn actually, who are called Sons of Radio. It's a production team. They produced it, and one of them co-wrote it with me. And yeah, I mean, I got a call from the producer of the show. It's an ABC Family show. It's on Tuesdays at 9. You guys check it out. And they called me. They'd heard my song on the Pulse on Sirius.
Which one did they hear?
1,000 Ships single, and felt that it connected so much with their show and the energy of their show. And she called and was like, "Look, we would license 1,000 Ships if you could, but can you see if you can make us something that pertains exactly to this show?" And it was fun. I had this writing assignment. I felt like I was in school, and I, took notes on what the show was about. I watched a couple of the episodes and got a feel for the main character, and wrote her song.
But you have missed your cue, so keep your eyes set on the horizon, on the line where blue meets blue. And I bet that silver lining, well, I know it'll find you soon, because I have sailed 1,000 ships to you, but my messages don't seem to make it through.
You're on your way up, and
Thank you.
I'm sure you can feel it. Like it's
exciting.
There's this really cool well of energy, and it's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to see what this next year brings for everything. Yeah, it's going to be great. You guys ready for this? I'm less nervous to take a shot of tequila than I am of
L'chaim.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that wasn't so bad.
I know, right?
That was good.
Nice work.
I couldn't tell if you were just messing with me because you kept it in your mouth for a while. I was like, is she just trying to make me?
No, it's good for you.
So so you swish it around for a couple seconds.
Boom.
Thank you. I'm glad we could share this
Very
wheatgrass moment. brought to you by Fusion Juice Tour Stop. I don't know. All right. Well, I guess we'll do an official wrap-up.
Okay, cool.
Rachel, thank you again.
You're so welcome.
It was very nice to meet
Thank
you.
you. So nice to meet you.
Glad
too.
we could share a wheatgrass shot
Me too.
and juice together, and some lovely Spokane snowy backdrop.
Her drink looks so good. I want to try it, and I can because Fusion now put it on their menu. So I'll be going down there at some point. But stay tuned because next up we've got VH1's BD Freeman.
If your friends around you are telling you lies, they're telling you stuff that, you know, they're just filling your head full of nonsense and just being nice to you, you need to get rid of those people.
Today, we gather to recognize the selfless decision of one of the most influential women of our time. The woman who, after having one too many drinks, chose not to drive home buzzed. Here today to honor Rachel is the family whose lives she spared.
When life's this hard, it's no wonder 7,000 students drop out every school day. Visit boostup.org and help kids in your community stay in school.
Welcome back. We've got one more interview for you, and Ryan said he had a blast interviewing BD Freeman. You might know him from VH1 or Mad TV, but I know him because he's my karaoke buddy. Ah, in your face, Ryan.
All right, Ryan here with the one and only BD Freeman.
Yo, what's happening?
What's up?
Thanks
Hey,
for having me.
Thank you for doing this. We really appreciate it. This is cool. You're such a funny dude. Like I'm gonna try to keep up if I can. Let's talk about the show a little bit. What have you got going on currently with that?
Well, you know, of course, you know, I'm on one of the personalities and hosts of The Greatest Show on VH1, and it's just it's the greatest gig I've ever had, you know, in my life. For me, the end game is my own late night show. That's where we want to end up.
Nice.
And we're doing I can't talk too much about it, but we're doing a pretty good job right now. There's some things coming up here in the future that are really good. Like I can't talk too much about it. I wish I could, but as soon as I can, I will come back here.
Come back
to this show.
We get the first scoop,
and I will give you the 15th scoop.
All right, 15th. That 15th.
You will be number 15.
Also, how'd you get? Where did this persistence come from? Because you've been working at this for a while now, and you know, from what I've read, it's basically just come from you keeping at it and working hard. And
that's it.
It's like, where did that come from within you because, you know, most people, if it doesn't happen right away, they're just like, oh, then you just throw in the towel.
Right.
How did you manage to stick with it?
You know, I never wanted to do anything else. I never had a fire in my belly for anything else. You know, I mean, when other kids were like playing, you know, cowboys and Indians, or, you know, spacemen and aliens, or you know, whatever they were playing, I was in my basement playing Tonight Show.
That's awesome. Yeah.
You know, I was playing Jay Leno or Johnny Carson and having people come on and interviewing them and doing all this stuff, or creating a game show.
Do you have a setup down there?
Sure, I'd make a whole set with chairs and everything. I'd make a game show where I'd make, you know, where I'd have kids in the neighborhood would come down and play, you know, and I'd give like my toys away. You win an old stuffed bear. Whatever I had, you know, I just give it away. And I never wanted to do anything else. Even before I knew what it was called, I knew I wanted to do that. I said, that's what I'm gonna do. I was in Hollywood going to this a party with a friend of mine, and we walked in, and they had TV camera, you know, the TV, big screens all over the place and everything. And we were sitting there, you know, relaxing and everything. And everybody's laughing and laughing, and I'm like, you know, and then somebody patted me on the back, and I was like, yeah, and I looked up, and it's me. And they're watching me, and people are just laughing and laughing, you know, and it felt so great because when I saw what they were watching, I was able to think back to, I didn't write that part. I had wrote it, and then I had thrown it out the last minute because I was able to tune in to the funny, you know, that was going on in my head. You know, and I took up, you know, some different segments and made them into something completely different, and it just, you know, and it just killed the audience, man. So that kind of thing just feels really good. Yeah, that must be a really cool feeling. You know, you see it come full circle from you know, writing the joke and then the process of. You know, maybe tweaking it here and there on the fly, adjustments, that sort of thing, and then to watch that end product just kill, that must be really awesome. It's really amazing, you know, it really is, because when you do a TV show, you don't, you know, it almost feels like a play. You know, it feels like the people who are there sharing it with you, an audience and the crew and everybody, like, that's it. Right. That's the whole thing. And when you leave there, only the people who were there are the people who witnessed it. And it sort of feels like that. Right. So when you go out on the street and people are like, oh, hey, you know, it's so strange because you almost feel like, how do you know? Like, how did you, were you there? You know? It still feels like that to me. You know, and this is my, you know, I'm going to my 4th season now, but it still feels like this small thing that only the people, you know, it's like a little play that I'm doing every week. And actually, you know, millions of people are watching it. So to know that those people are getting great laughs from stuff that I did and from something that I care so very much about, because I take my comedy so seriously. You know, and when people see that, when they do an interview with me like you're doing now, like you know, I take it really seriously. You know, and I'm a student of comedy, and I'm a student of being an entertainer. And it just means the world to me. So when I see people really enjoying that, it's like, yes. If your friends around you are telling you lies, they're telling you stuff that, you know, they're just filling your head full of nonsense and just being nice to you, you need to get rid of those people. You know what I mean? Find some people that help you find what it is that you're good at. Because you might be 48 years old, but at 50 years old, you're going to be a millionaire. You don't know that. But you could be. If you could, because all of a sudden you had an idea, because you were an idea man. You weren't president, you were an idea man or an idea woman. And you came up with something, and all of a sudden 2 years later, you're wealthy. All right, so, you know, we really appreciate you coming down and talking to us. This is a lot of fun, and I learned a lot. Anything else you want to say to the folks out there before we call it a night? Man, I just want to thank all my fans and friends and people who support me and support The Greatest Show on VH1, and we just, you know, on behalf of the whole cast, we just love you guys, and we appreciate you. Really, thank you guys. You guys mean a lot to us. You mean a lot to me, so thank you. Appreciate you. Awesome. Well put. All right. Well, thanks again. It was really nice talking to you. Thanks for having me. Absolutely. And we'll get you. We'll have to catch up again next time you come through town. Right on, man. I'd love to be there, man. Cool. Do it.
The latest season of The Greatest Show is airing now on VH1. And that's it for our show. And as we leave you tonight, we're going to show you Kyle Rapp's latest music video, Bully.
Mistakes, place him on his face, then set your pit bull loose. Chomp. Next, run up on a pretty boy, call this girl a. When he talks, throw a couple hits, then kick him in the ditch and tell him he will die if he snitch. Then give his girl a kiss and stomp. This is how to be a bully. Walk with the block. Neck tattoo in the hand on your crotch. Keep your mug mean when you chillin' on the block, cause hard never looks soft. They can't take it. Strong get stronger and the weak get nothing. If you want the upper hand, these are your instructions. Snatch somebody up. Dominance, oppression, force, and corruption.